Hey guys, Angus here. Got another Airsoft video review for you guys today. Today we're not going to be taking a look at the gun in my hands, we're actually going to be taking a look at the piece of gear on my body. Today we have the video review of the Condor Defender Plate Carrier. If you're interested in purchasing this product, there'll be a link down below in the description to airsoftStation.com where you can buy it for about $96. With that being said, let's go ahead and hop into the review. Alright, now the first thing I got to point out here, which hopefully you guys can obviously tell, this plate carrier is obviously in the olive drab or OD coloring. It's one of 3 colors available on AirsoftStation.com. Depending on what your kit is, if you want a different color, you can also purchase this in tan and black, as well as obviously the OD shown here. So really, this can be set up to really any kit you really want to set it up to, depending on your different camouflage. Me personally, I run a lot of woodland stuff, OD style camouflages, therefore the OD works rather well. Now the actual OD coloring of the plate carrier I think is pretty nice. It's not that kind of splotchy, ugly, light OD green that you sometimes get, and it looks rather nice, and it works fairly well with my camouflage that I currently have on, that being British DPM. Now obviously here you don't get any of the pouches shown on here whatsoever with the plate carrier. You get the plate carrier itself. The reason I have the pouches on, just to show you what this thing could look like if you really wanted to set it up rather nicely. So no pouches, you just get the plate carrier. Some people might be complaining about that. That's not fair, but that's the fun of the MOLLE style gear, because then you don't get any pouches. You don't have someone who pre-designed the vest to say, I'd like that there, I'd like this over here. You can do it yourself by buying pouches and putting them wherever you want on the MOLLE. If you guys remember back to the spring when I reviewed the Condor MOPC, or Modular Operator Plate Carrier, one of my complaints was that the MOLLE was very tight. I really had to fight to get my MOLLE strips down there to attach the pouches. But in this case, I didn't have that issue at all. The MOLLE wasn't loose, but it was certainly spacious enough that I could easily slip the pouches on, get them hooked on there, and attached rather well. So the MOLLE's not tight, but it's not too loose either. It's absolutely perfect on this plate carrier. Now, another thing I want to touch on very quickly, this is made by Condor, and Condor is a very controversial gear because in Airsoft you have guys who are super serious about their kits. They want the real steel gear, they want the real steel stuff. Condor is crap to them, they won't touch it. Then you have people like me, who are just your everyday Airsofter, likes to have fun with Airsoft when he goes out to play. He likes his kits, but he's not too worried about whether it's real steel or not. Therefore, Condor works perfectly fine for me. So it's either a hit or miss. If you're someone who runs the real steel stuff, obviously you don't want Condor. If you're someone who just wants a nice piece of kit, you should go ahead and purchase the Condor pieces here, as I've never really had an issue with them. One of the common complaints is the threading and the stitching isn't too good. This one, I didn't really see any issues. You got a couple big stitch seams here, but otherwise looks fairly nice. I didn't have any threads falling off me when I played with this in a game. It held up rather nicely under the elements of that day in various different field types. Now another thing to comment on here, some of you might be wondering, is it bulky? And I will say yes it is, especially for summer play out here. It's maybe 95 degrees right now, very humid, and I'm cooking. So if you're someone who plays in the colder weather, this would definitely work out rather well. I can't wait till it gets cold to try this out. I'm certainly very hot right now, so I hope it'll keep me warm in the winter temperatures here in New Jersey. It is designed to give you a little bit better airflow. Obviously you don't have anything clutching in your arms here, and that's a big place where you want some heat to escape. Also in here, it's padded, but it has that sort of mesh interior, so that's made to increase the airflow, keep your body a little bit cooler. I'll be honest, doesn't really help that too much, like I said. Sweating pretty bad, but it is a fairly comfortable rig here, plate carrier, even if it is loaded up like so. It's not too bulky. You do have an adjustable / detachable cummerbund. How you'd access that is you'd peel up the front panel here. You'd reveal 2 pieces that you can twist inward to tighten it up. It's supposed to be adjustable sizes medium to size XXL, according to Airsoft Station's website. Sizing might be a little bit off. I'm a size medium. There is still a little bit of gap room here, but then again, I don't have it completely tightened all the way. So this is definitely something made for bigger people. If you're a tiny little guy, you know, people always ask me, I'm 5 foot, will this fit? No, it's made for bigger players. There is also adjustable shoulder straps as well. If you wanted to raise this up like I have here, you simply peel away these and then you can tighten the Velcro or loosen the Velcro depending on how high you want them. It's not necessarily a quick release plate carrier, but there are clips up here that you can undo and you can kind of shimmy your way out of it and let it drop to the ground. When you're regularly putting it on, I kind of just slip it over my head and let it fall into place. Now as for the MOLLE spaces on this plate carrier, it's filled with them. You have your whole front panel here that you can do as I've done with mag pouch, radio or spare mag pouch in my case, as well as an admin pouch and a radio pouch. There's also MOLLE on the shoulder straps if you wanted to put something on there as well. Side panels, this is what I love about plate carriers. You do get plenty space on the sides. You can see I got a utility pouch here, and on the opposite side I've just got a dump pouch. Now as for the rear of the plate carrier, just going to give you a very quick glimpse before I spin around to talk again. It's also coated in MOLLE, so you can really put whatever you want back there. I believe I have a shotgun scabbard and a utility pouch, which are always great pieces to put on there. That's one of the main reasons I bought the plate carrier. I had this shotgun scabbard and I wanted to put it on something. Another great thing about the rear of the plate carrier here is you do get the emergency drag handle. In an airsoft game, it really doesn't serve too much of a purpose, but it's a nice realistic piece to have on there. Maybe if you're in some really serious scenario, you might have to use it, but you never know. It's just on there for the realistic purposes. So overall, you get plenty of MOLLE space. You can really customize this thing out. Don't be discouraged by the fact it doesn't come with any pouches. They're fairly cheap. You can go ahead, buy a bunch of them, and really make this suitable for you personally. Overall, I think the Condor Defender plate carrier is very comfortable. It's not boxy like some plate carriers. It conforms to my body rather well, and I imagine it'll do that for you as well. If you're looking for a solid plate carrier for some winter plays, it might be a little bit too hot in those warmer areas, you want something to carry a lot of stuff and that you can customize, the Condor Defender plate carrier certainly is something you should look at. So with that being said, guys, this has been Deathcore Airsoft's review of the Condor Defender plate carrier. I've used it in the game, tested it in combat, and it's combat approved. So with that being said, guys, thanks for watching, and please subscribe.